Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. First day of this funded account. Passed the combine yesterday, the third time. Paid the activation fees, and now we're funded. Look at what happened right at the power hour today. Candle. I would take the size of this candle. That's about 258 points. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side. There'll be a lot of slippage, and be on the right side. What a move. Reviewing yesterday's trade. I passed the combine on this little trade right here. Review was if I'd taken the orb setup, I would have gotten stopped out or just a little green on the day, but mostly stop out if I didn't take 10 or 20 points off the table. But then I saw this candle kind of completely bouncing off the lows. And though I didn't take the setup, I put this long order here and just wanted to track where this trade ends. Looked like we secured about 64 points off of it. It kept going higher, but this was my absolute limit. I kept trailing it higher when I saw a strong volume break through this resistance level. But even then, if you were just to take the orb setup and avoid the chop in the middle, when you saw the break here, you have to be quick on your feet and just get in. You would have seen about 20 points or 25, 30 points, knowing that, okay, we're having a low volume day, going 20, 30 points is not too shabby, right? Then we saw this huge volume kick in, and that tells me there's some volatility in the market. But then the London session was just trying to fill that gap, which it did kind of completely, perfectly. Was sideways for a bit, but then pre-market we've been ramping up, which tells me that, okay, buyers are strong, and that kill candle was just to grab a lot of the orders downstairs and flash moment. So come and draw the overnight range, see where we're sitting for the day. Good when there's a lot of range, kind of gives you a little indication that it's not going to be a sideways or choppy session. Never guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in trading, but kind of gauge market's doing. So here we are. Also ranges to play off of. Going to force any trades today. 5 contracts, depending how market reacts in the start. Always good to build some cushion, but you never know. Regardless, I'm just going to follow the checklist, pre-market checklist, my rules, and stick within those guardrails. This is going to look after itself. Fine was a very slow and steady pass, 6 days. Consistently had about green 6 days, which was pretty good. Can't guarantee performance looking at past results. All we can do is just maximize probability when we're on the right side. Saying that, there is some news coming, not very impactful. Still, going to watch out for it, see how the market reacts. Already had some news, the unemployment claims. I think because of that, we saw some strong pushes up. That little candle tells us that, okay, but not going to have any bias. Going to play with what the market gives us. Come and delete this older view app and draw a new one from here, anchored. What am I? Okay, so the overnight range was roughly about 120 points. That's pretty good. And we kind of recovered, filled the whole gap, going from the bottom right till the, let's say, 80% of it. Good sign is volatility. Narrative, looking at 4 hour. Okay, kind of forming this trend line here. Or something like this. Trying to fix those levels. I'll do. Yep, so that's the trend line. Could argue it was something like this, but that was just a big grab of liquidity. So we did break the wedge. Yes, so we're talking about markets in that little wedge here. So it looks like we're testing the high of the wedge here. And if there's strong volume, we might be looking at 703s. So I could just open, see how we react. Patience. Let the price settle and do its thing. Looks like there's a big bull move coming right now. A lot of orders. Might see some resistance there, but let's see. That's the first 15. Let me come and draw the. Okay, as expected, there's a lot of resistance here, but looking at the size of this bull candle, we might continue the move up, fighting the urge to just get in early. That's about 100 points casually. Would have been a nicer entry for a move higher, but we'll get another entry. Okay. See where the price settles. Always look left. Okay, what it tells me that 18th of August and 19th, we had kind of the similar swing lows for the first 15 minutes, and that's where we find resistance at the moment. That's where we have to fight all of this volume, get above. Bothers me when the line's not straight, but hey. Time to get it straight and some platform. Good enough. Perfect. Like we're getting rejection off of 23740s. This is the couple of weeks or last week's swing lows. Strong momentum, and we're above the overnight range. Tells me it's going to be a nice trend day. Don't want to call it too quick. On the dust to settle before I get in, but this was a nice entry. If I got in there, quick scalp even. Got in about 20, 30 points. What I want to do is get into like a beat setup. The strong volume though as momentum trader. Great. Just first 15 minutes you have to be careful because the next candle could be bigger pullback, kind of getting you back to 658 level. But if it closes above the 50% here, this would be a nice entry. Get a retest. That's maybe because of the news. Taking resistance is turning into support. That's the deep pullback.
Order filled.
Getting long here. Thinking this will be a liquidity grab and see if you can keep trending higher. Tight stop though. Want to lose too much if I'm wrong on this. Could we get a deeper pullback? Absolutely. But seeing that this resistance could easily turn into a support, might just bounce off of it. The discretion. This is not an orb setup. We haven't broken out yet, but looking at the first 5 minute kind of broke out. Finding support here, so I'm just staying here. See how we do. All right, that's nice. We'll stop to break even soon. And looks like we'll get stop out. I'll wait for a tad bit. Maybe I got in early. Absolutely. That's a quick market. Waiting for a nice push up so I can just leave the stop break even. Had I done it a little while ago, I would have gotten stopped out and out of this position, which I didn't want to do. Still within the risk parameters. Seeing some nice support here, so makes me want to hold it. 1 minute, couple of minutes before this candle closes. See if the next 5-minute candle kind of opens up the opening range. Right, stops break even now. Because this kind of grabbed that liquidity, now it's higher up. What I want this candle is to just keep pushing higher and break up. Could just stop me out and then run. But I want this candle to hold or at least close above the 50%. 50 seconds before this candle closes. Currently looks like we're going to close above, and that's a great sign for longs, and all the shorts are going to cover. See if we can retest the high of the opening range and just open it up a bit. Fighting the urge to get out early. 25 seconds before this candle closes. Ten seconds. All right, let's see how this candle reacts. Going to push up. Still above the 50% line, so makes me want to just hold it for a bit. See if we can go ahead and retest the high of the opening range at least once and see how volume reacts there. Like we're stuck there. Right, that's the candle. Strong volume here.
Order filled.
Getting out. Volume is dying here. That's what I don't want. Always get back in, but not a great sign. I might just come back to my entry. I wanted to see a strong volume here. Try to get another entry. Needs to close above the 50. Kind of flirting with it. Finds a lot of volume and might get rejected. If buyers can't reclaim this level, then sellers will come in heavy. We might come see a deeper pullback and it just keep chopping around the opening range. Right, we're right back at close to our entry. So that wasn't a bad exit. Market has been reversing quite aggressively past couple of sessions or a few weeks. So all right, looks like if I held it, would have been fine, but it's okay to secure some profits. Still low volume here. Strong volume, just like this candle. Yeah, if anything, I see a sell sign here.
Order filled.
Let's try to go short and see if we can get a deeper pullback here because I don't see a lot of volume back up there. Could be wrong. Could be flipping the narrative too quickly. But right at resistance, this could be a fake out. We might see a deeper pullback, and I want to be a part of it. Go short. If we close below the 50% line here, we'll see aggressive selling. That's just the discretion for the day. That's not the orb setup. Especially if we retest the VWAP and we close below it, then that's a strong sell sign. There you go, retesting the VWAP. Let's see if we can get a deeper pullback. That's the deeper pullback coming.
Order filled.
I'm securing about 15 to 20 points there. This could act as a resistance. Keep coming down, but we are fading the counter move. So I'm just trying to be a little bit more careful. Would have come right to the TP, close to it, but if I trail the stop, would have hit the stop here anyway, so wasn't too shabby. Again, I'll wait for the market to pick a direction here. I don't want to be narrative too quick. Like we're going to hit the TP here. Very close to it, but you never know. Could easily just, because we're counter trending it. Oh, I would have hit the TP. Exit was a little too soon. That's okay. Good thing was getting out of that long position quickly. I think that was a great move. And then flipping short, so kind of making 30, 50, 30 points. Let's say 25 points. Market hasn't even missed the first 50 minutes of them. I would have hit TP. Absolutely. That was the trade. Okay. And some you lose some. But I maximized it. Shifting direction was a great call. What I see. Larger time frame. Huge wick. Might be a short day all day. Let's see where this closes or ends up. Usually when there's a huge wick down there, means strong selling pressure, and we might just come revisit here and try to find some buyers and retest this 23640 level, or get stuck in that opening range for the rest of the day. Either way, okay to lock in some profits. Hindsight, could have let that trade run, seeing that if I just put my stop break even, but this is so volatile. Could have just easily come up, scratch that trade. So, okay. Let's review. Well, market just doing its own thing. First trade, 694 to 713. Great call. Not a bad exit. Could have been better, but see any stop was right below there. Maybe 1 to 1.2 trade. That wasn't like the greatest trade. I had stop break even, so that would have kind of some difference. I've gotten a lot out of it, but 7170. And we just saw some aggressive selling. Short was a great setup. We just boosted everybody here.
Order filled.
Going long there, could go below, but this is a nice point. Stops right there. That's just pretty quickly. Wicks out and
Order filled.
oh my goodness. Worst trade. Could have gotten out early, but it just happened so quick. That will be one for the books. Raise the performance for the day, this one.
Order filled.
Going long again. See if you can recover all of that and get sucked back into the range, basically. Find support here. Maybe this was just to shake a lot of the weak longs out. Could be wrong. Got in that a little bit too quickly again. What a move.
Order
Getting out.
filled.
Rough. Not much on the daily loss limit.
Order filled.
Try going long there. Bounce off the 50%. This could be a right trade or a very wrong trade again. That would be me done for the day pretty quickly. But if we get sucked back into the range and kind of revisit the highs after that, get some relief, wouldn't be a bad call. And that's just grabbing a lot of liquidity. It just, a risk went out of hand. Quick whipsaws, so that's markets for you.
Order filled.
That's me locked for the day. What a day. What a day. But I've been more patient here after securing and just leaving the day. Absolutely. Maybe I had too many losses back to back and they were pretty huge because ATR increased and I didn't size down. So that's me locked for the day. Let's do the reviews. First trade was good. Changed the narrative to short. That short played out beautifully. Had I known that, okay, we're going to be coming and revisiting it, I would have stayed in it. And I know now that this is just going to keep rallying up, but you got to respect your guardrail. $500 loss on the first day after being $350 in the profit. That's something to reassess. But I've been more patient or sized down after seeing ATRs increase. Absolutely. And I didn't do that. So anyways, so 23,719 was the second trade. Great entry right here. Top was right above there somewhere. These are the highs. And 703 was the exit. So yeah, got out of it too quickly. Well, followed the system there. That was a gnarly move. Got trapped in with my pants down. Okay, next trade was 647. That just took my max loss very quickly. You know, good execution. Kind of got in here. I went long. I was fighting the trend. Maybe I didn't know it was just going to be a huge sell-off. But looking at hindsight, 4 hour, so a big wick, kind of knew that we might just come settle down here. But that was a pretty aggressive move. Looking at this, I mean, that's about 150 points move. Never prepare for it. So that trade was very quick. 647. Next thing, couple of losses later, I could have sized down on this trade, but I didn't. Good thing I respected the daily loss limit and I set it up beforehand. This could have easily been an $800 loss or $1,000 loss, so we kept it at 5. That's okay. Day. So 647. I got in long here at this support level. Stand by this entry. Pretty great entry, 647. But I didn't know it was going to be such a huge sell-off. Could have flipped and just gone short, but and that hit my max loss at 612. I could have cut that sooner. Looking at it now, that's just my usual bracket order. I was targeting somewhere around here. Trade never came. Took me out in one single candle. And then I rushed the process. 630 to 650. In the heat of the moment, I went long again. Then flipped the narrative. Didn't take a moment to reflect. And I thought that, okay, we'd be seeing nice big bull candles. We might get a quick reversal up as well because market's very springy and it does it like so here. But the other trade was not at a key level, 6.3, 6.30. So, oh, well, it was right at this point. After I got a loss, we saw a nice big push up here. I thought, okay, now it's going to be moving up. Maybe a little bit too quickly, but hey. And I got out at max loss 596. Roughly there. Could have gotten out early on this one as well. Took a big hit on that one. Or could have sized down. Could have, should have, would have. That's all right. And the single candle. And last mistake, after these two, this was fine. You know, that 127 loss could have been avoided. 23.5 and or after that big hit, could have ended the day at about break even. Lessons learned. Okay. The last trade was 23610. Nail in the coffin. Kept going long, didn't flip the narrative. 23610. Again, not a bad trade, but didn't follow my system there. Maybe got carried away. That took me out at 598. Auto liquidate. I was in the profit on this trade just for a touch, but I didn't take it. I wanted to respect the risk to reward. Market just attacked me too quickly. And I got out there. And again, I was targeting roughly at least the start of this range or so. So rewards were good. Market just completely pooched me. It happened very quickly. So that's my 5 trades for the day. Where did the other one go? Yeah, looking at it on the 1 minute, we skipped kind of a lot of prices. That's not the best thing. But our 2, 1. That trade could have been easily avoided. It was just too quick. Yes. Waiting for you. Everything could have been avoided. Good thing is my exits were quick. And that's not the worst thing in the world. That entry was pretty quick as well. That's where I got into a little bit of profit, but it took me out so quickly. That would have been easily prevented, that one. At 6:30. These were my executions. I think that one was a little forced one there. At 3:45 or 3:52 would have been prevented. Because that just happened very, very quickly, flash of the moment. Right. Something to learn. Just a lost day. This would have been a nicer entry. This region here, maybe sizing down, would have yielded 50 points. ATR is very volatile very quickly. So that's the trading day. First day trading combine. Usually always happens. I would like to start with a cushion, but you know, that builds confidence. And we kind of hit a couple of losses. Hindsight, after that big loss or a couple losses, I could have sized down and easily made up that money or flipped the narrative short and kind of like, or after securing some point and seeing markets just being crappy, would have just walked off with a $350 profit, would have increased the confidence for the next day. But hey, coulda, shoulda, would have. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see everyone tomorrow for the Friday session. Short stream. So, bye.